Welcome to Rust. My name is Death. I'm from Team Argonauts. What we're going to be doing today is teaching you a part 1 tutorial on how to build a 1x2 base with an airlock and storage. What we're going to do is that we're actually on a building server so that we don't need to look for resources, because one of the first stages that you need to do when you come on or log in to Rust, you'll start on the beach. You'll then make your way straight away into inland, and you're going to start looking for resources and looking for a flat surface, in which we have here, so that you can put down your building plan and start building your 1x2 base or a 2x2 base, in which that will be a part 2 tutorial on how to build that. At this time we're on a building server, so we don't need to look around. We're just flying in on a minicopter. And we're just going to start building away there. Now, after you've gathered your resources of stone and wood, you can start looking at crafting, usually one of these called a building plan. Then you'd need to craft yourself a hammer, after also getting yourself a pick and a stone pick and a stone axe, so that you can gather those resources. I don't need to do that right now, because I'm just going to be teaching you a tutorial on how to do that 1x2 base. What we're going to do now is I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we're going to be using in this build. And apart from our building plan, our hammer, our TC is called a tools cupboard, our sheet metal doors, sleeping bag, a large wood box, a workbench level 3, a wood storage box, a furnace, and a bearskin rug. So, you've seen some of the stuff that we're going to be using. What we're going to do now, team, is that we're going to start into the building session. We've placed, again, in slot 1, we've got our building plan, our hammer, our TC or tools cupboard. We've also got a large wooden box and a sleeping bag. We will be using these objects later on as we go through the tutorial. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to go into slot 1, and which has the building plan. We usually come up with something like this, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to hold down the right button on the mouse, and it's going to bring up this little object here, so that you can pick certain things and build it. Okay. What you're going to do is holding the button down, a right hand button on the mouse, you're going to click over or go hover over the foundations. This is where you would usually push the left button at the same time as holding down the right button on your mouse, and it will choose this part for you. What we're going to do is that as soon as you have this, you're going to turn around and push the left button on your mouse, and it'll lay the foundation. You can do that again. We need 2 of them down. So what you're going to do now is hold down the right hand button on the mouse, and you're going to hover over a triangle foundation. You're going to left click the button on your mouse, and you're going to choose this. This will be a part of your airlock that will help you, just in case people are camping outside your doors and trying to shoot you. You can protect yourself and your stuff inside your base. This is very, very important when it comes to Rust. Okay. What we're going to do now, team, is that we are now going to show you what the building plan looks like. This is the foundation part. Make sure that this is situated on the ground so that you can start your build. You don't have to have much resources, but it'll have enough for you to actually build this base. You're going to right click on the mouse again, and then you're going to hover over what they call a doorway. We're going to place 2 of these down, one in this location and the second in this location. Then we're going to fill in this base with walls. So we're going to go back to that menu, and then we're going to choose walls. Okay, I'm going to place one there. Now we have majority of the walls up, but we don't have a ceiling or doors. We're going to go now to this ceiling, and we're going to place the ceilings on there right now. We're going to have one there, and there, and we're going to choose now the triangle floor or ceiling, and we're going to place it up in here. Don't forget that one team, most people do, and then people jump through there and raid their base. What we are going to do now is that we are going to turn around and lay down the TC, the tools cupboard. If we are doing this, once you have it in your base, you then you've authorized yourself to this base, and you will then be in control of this base, and nobody else can do so. So we're going to place it in this corner, hard up against the wall, and directly on the back wall. We're going to now check if this has happened. It needs to be hard up against this wall, in which I see it is. And hard up against this wall. It's close enough. I would have liked it to be a lot more closer. So, what's going to happen now, team, is that we're going to lay down some boxes. Okay, we're going to pull in slot by, in which is the large box, and we're going to hit the R on your keyboard 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, we're going to now place this into this corner, hard up against this wall. And we're going to place it right into this corner as best as we can. What we're going to do, team, is now we're going to hop up onto this box, and we're going to face this way. Now, that is in a nice location. I'll see if I can get it closer. Right, and that should be suitable enough there. Okay, what we're going to do is that we're going to have a quick look at this. If you can remember how I did that. If you place that box firmly against this wall, you should be able to place this box in right here. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to go outside this door, and we're going to go to the back end on this side to build a triangle foundation. Then we're going to add another part here so that we can stand on top of it. And then we're going to lay in what they call a half wall. That is going to be placed right here. Okay. Now we're going to go back in, and we're going to have a triangle floor or ceiling. Place that there. We're going to jump up here. Okay. We're going to jump up here. And you'll notice that this is red because it cannot be placed there. Then we're going to come around, and you'll see the blue parts inside the wall. What we're going to do is, once you see that, you're going to left click on your mouse, and it's going to place a shelf on the inside of your base above your toolboxes, so that you can add more boxes inside your base, taking up and utilizing the storage space that you have been given. We're going to click into the slot 2, and it's now our hammer. We're going to right click on the object because we do not want that there, and we're going to click up here to demolish it. We do not need these parts there now. Okay, now that is demolished and has been taken away. We're now going to go inside and see what has happened. So now you have that shelf in there. What we're going to do now is we are going to now hover over the floors, and we are going to right click on that with holding the hammer, and it's going to bring up this menu. What we're going to do now is that we're going to go, because you've gathered, I'll actually do it by stages. Okay, we're going to choose this one here. It's upgrading in wood. This is what usually happens to a lot of people, because they haven't yet collected all the stone that they required. And we're going to upgrade the ceiling. What I'm going to also do right now is I'm going to push. Okay, we'll finish off this. You don't have to go to the stage if you already have all the stone you require. You can turn it right to stone, but I want to show you step by step what it's going to start looking like. Okay, that's upgrading to wood or logs from thatch or sticks. Okay, that's what it would look like. Just go on this side so that you see what it looks like. Okay, now what we're going to do now, team, is we're going to go into slot 1. When it comes back to our building plan, we're going to right click, and then we're going to place this part in a wall frame. And you see that it's lit up right there. We want to place that there now before we start doing anything else. What I'm going to do now is we're going to go to slot 2, and that's the hammer, and we're going to upgrade this. Okay, we're going to upgrade this to either sheet metal, or if you have the resources, go to upgrading to armored one. Because I want to show you step by step, we're going to upgrade to sheet metal. Okay, so now it is turned it to a metal. This is where was the opening for our doorway. Okay, so what we're going to do now, team, is we're going to jump up here, and we're going to place the first box, big box, up top. We're going to place here, so we're about dead center of that triangle, and we're going to choose slot 5 as a big box. Now you can see it's not turning blue, so we need to come across the side a little bit. Now you'll see it turn blue. Okay, now we're going to put it through the wall, and if you look at the end of the box, the opposite end of the box, you see it coming out of the wall. Now we need to get it to come out level. Okay, level, like it's doing about now. Okay, once it comes out level, you're going to come until it turns blue, put it dead up against the wall, and we're going to place the box. If you do not do it this way, you will not be able to place this box or get out of this location. Okay, we're going to go back as far as we can, right to the wall, and then we'll be able to place that there right now. Now, you've got your TC box in the back. You've got 4 large boxes in there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade this base to stone. Okay, this would be usually the next stage of it. So what we're going to do, we only want this shelf. We're going to upgrade it to stone, but that's all we're going to upgrade it to. Okay, and now we're going to upgrade the entire base. And then now we're going to go around and upgrade the whole entire base. And it should look like this. Okay, if the wall has correctly gone on, it should look like that pattern on the walls. Okay, if it doesn't, it looks light, you need to right click on it, and this part here, you need to rotate the wall. If you do not rotate the wall and some other player sees it that white, that's the soft side of the wall. They can quickly demolish that and get into your base. Okay, let's check if we've done the ceiling, and it looks like we haven't. This part is really important. Most people forget it, and you don't want to do that. Okay, we're going to turn that now to stone. That's all been done. And that's all been done. So now, see, we're going to now place what they call our doors. We are now going to place the front door in. We're going to go to slot 4, which is our doors. Now you'll see the door handle on the right hand side, and then you'll see the door handle on the left hand side. We want this door handle to come onto the right hand side so it comes inside, not outside, and doesn't push you away. So as soon as somebody's attacking you and you're trying to get back into your base, you push that, you'll come straight in the door. You can then, I will show you the next stage where you'll open the other door and it will protect them from, so they cannot come into your base. Okay? Or you can close the front door. Now we want that door handle on your right hand side. With this building privilege, you are able to place these in there, and it has the lock already applied to the door. You have to usually put that lock on the door and have it to around and put in your own code that you need to do. What it's going to do is, what you're going to do is hover over it. You're going to hold E, and it's going to come up with this part. After you've placed it on, you'd usually come here to unlock the door. You'll need to come over to here and place in a code. So your code may be, let's have something basic and simple. Don't do this. You need to put in your proper password. Let's have 4 zeros. Now it will lock the door. If you want a friend to come into your base and you allow him access, don't give him your main password. Go to there, unlock the door. Then you're going to go to this one here, and it's going to change guest code. So then you want to put in another code. Well, okay, let's just put in a basic one. And then once you have done that, they have their own code to get in. If you want to lock them out because you've changed your mind and done something wrong, you just take the guest code off and change it. Okay? And they cannot lock you out of your own base. Once you have done all that, you would hover over it and hold E, and then just lock that door. Okay? Now, what you're going to do now is that we're going to place in the next door, and this is going to be very crucial that you follow this exact pattern. Okay? We're going to have the door lock on your left hand side. So when the door opens, let's go back to it, opens, it'll open this way. Okay? Then once if you were to open up this to see if anybody's camping outside your door, they can't get in and you can't get out. So if they shoot you, you fall in here, they can't get into your base and get all your stuff. So that's what they call airlock. Okay? And if you fall down or somebody's in your base and they see that what's happened, they can just hit this door and lock them out. Grab all your stuff, bring you back in here, or revive you, and then shut them off, and your base is fully secured again. That is really important. This is what they call an airlock. Okay? But when you open that door, you come in, close that door, open this door, they still can't get in. Do it that way. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to add the parts into this area. We're going to hit the tab, and we're going to go for a double door. So let's go up to construction, and we are going to go over sheet metal double door. Okay, we're going to add that to our list, and we're going to swap it with this single door. Now later on you'd like to upgrade that to a sliding door, or garage door I should say. That's about 600 strength on it. But if you were to upgrade this sheet metal door to armored, it will then switch it up to 800 strength. Okay, so we're going to choose slot 4. Now you'll see that the doors are now facing that little bit out in the front. We want it to face the opposite way, so we're going to go forward and we're going to just move sideways until you see it switch it. Okay, we're going to click that on. Now you have a sealed off part for your loot. Okay, Now, you've seen that we have a small box. We're going to swap that small box with the large box. Okay? And we're going to go on to slot 5. And we're going to place some of these extra boxes. I'm going to turn this away. I'm going to place some of these extra boxes into this slot, so that we have extra boxes to utilize. Okay? Usually you could place a box up here, but because of these doors, if you have a garage door, you might be able to place a box also, but we cannot. You must do it this way, team, because if you do it the other way, what's going to happen is you won't be able to put in the door, and it's going to freeze the door. Okay. Now, the next step is that we're going to add in a furnace. So after you've gathered all the wood and you've built your base, you need to start upgrading your base as quickly as possible. So, what we're going to do is we are going to start adding stuff into your base to help you upgrade. First of all, place a furnace in your base. I'm going to close these doors so that you can see only this part. And then we're going to add a furnace into slot 4. And we're going to add a furnace into this area, as close as you can to that door. What we're going to do now is that you can add extra boxes or storage, because you're going to pull those boxes up pretty quick. Okay. I would usually put in 2 small boxes. Some people have different preferences, but I'd like to put in 2 boxes, or you can put in a second furnace. Putting in a second furnace is actually going to cramp up the area. Okay, we're doing this for a single player. If you want to, you can take these out and put in 2 sleeping bags. Now we're going to push R and we're going to place that right there. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now, team, is we're going to add in the slot 3. We're going to add in our tool cupboard. Okay. I get as close to this wall as possible to leave more room where the door. Okay, should be dead right there. So, now we're going to also, one of the last steps we need to do. Okay, I'm actually going to take out this box, because I see that it's going to cause a lot more problems. No, we'll leave it there. No, we're going to add in a sleeping bag. Right there. Okay, now we have a sleeping bag and a furnace on that side. We have a furnace on that side. We have 2 extra boxes, and we have a workbench. Sleeping bag. There's one other thing that we haven't done. Now, if you go up here, we need to swap that for a bear rug. Now, if you see that there's no space to place this bear rug down, there is a simple reason, because you need to add it to the ceiling. So that when you spawn up, if you notice that the comfort zone, the comfort zone on my mouse, you'll see it go up to 100. Because that bear rug, it enables you to restore some of your health. And if you add that furnace, it helps. Okay. So if you've seen this basic 1x2 base, this is what they call a basic 1x2 base, with a lot of storage, utilizing as much room as possible. You can put in a bit of shotgun traps if you can. This is just to secure the inside, and hopefully this is going to help you. team. I would probably say take that box out if you need to, but I usually add it in. I don't mind getting in and out like that. I have no problems with it. It's just that it gives me more storage because I like to advance from here. So, thank you so much for the start of this tutorial. If you have any questions, lay it down in the comments. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It'll help with all our funding. Thank you so much, team. And we'll give you a bit of a overview. What that base looks like. Thank you so much for being here with us. Look up us on Argonauts. You'll see me, a Death, and Silent View, and a few other players from Argonauts. Thank you so much, and I hope you have an awesome day.